We are continuing our conversation with Porsha Williams and Kamau Bell from United Shades of America, which premieres later this month on CNN. Well, there's been an incredible surge of activism and a ton of news and social media coverage. But that being said, people have a lot of time on their hands right now. So after the threat of COVID is behind us and people return to their normal lives again, what do you think white people specifically need to be doing in their personal lives when the world isn't watching to maintain their activism?
This is the thing you 100% have to do, white folks who want to feel like you're still doing the work. You have to show your work. So if you say, I'm going to watch Ava DuVernay's 13th, then you need to then go back on social media and report on what you thought about Ava DuVernay's 13th. If you say, it's the same thing as when people show their receipts for GoFundMe. You need to show receipts. You need to show your work. If you say you're going to read Michelle Alexander's book about the new Jim Crow, then you need to start a book club with other white people. And then all those white people need to put up videos on social media showing their work. And or you need to, when we get back to normal, talk about that book in your social circle and around your work spot. It's not just about voting. It's about actually, this is again, talking about my friend Kate Schatz. She believes white people need to show their work, because that's the problem. You say you're going to do this stuff. We don't ever actually hear what happened.
Right. Yeah.
Porsha, you want to jump in?
Yes. No, he's absolutely correct. The follow-up is what really matters. And it matters for white people, and it also stands for Black people in our movement. You know, don't just go Black or just go silent after this. Continue to make that voice be heard. Again, it's the conversation, just like what we're having right now, that is going to help inspire someone else to get up and do something that's different. And again, I can't say it enough. Amplify Black voices. Everybody's on social media, and we have a lot of white or any race of influencers online. And believe it or not, just you posting about a Black business or just a Black person that you admire, a Black poet, writer, whatever, it means a lot, and it travels, you know, and it will also add to your content. I think a lot of people on social media don't want to post about it or say too much because they don't want to offend anybody. Listen, if you lose 12, 13, whatever, I saw a meme or whatever, it doesn't even matter, because it will actually enrich your content. You'll be amazed how many people are seeing that people appreciate the diversity they're adding to their page. So just amplify Black voices continuously.
What are the things that frustrate you both about white people maybe not getting the Black experience? Are there things that have recurred for you over the years that you're like, man, it's like again and again and again? Kamau, you're shaking your head. What comes to mind?
I mean, let's be clear. This is an inside job. I married a white person, so I have white in-laws. I deal with a lot of white people with various levels of getting it. I think the thing to understand is that you have to, if you care about these white people being in your life, which is the first thing, if you don't care about these white people being in your life, then you can just sort of like let them go or just avoid them at work. But if you care, you have to just sort of be patient about bringing them along slowly. So my white mother-in-law went to being like, you know, a person who voted the same way I do generally, you know, not like I'm not painting her some sort of Confederate flag waver, but not to understanding racism, to understanding that her granddaughter was going to identify as Black because I'm Black. Mm-hmm. She went from sort of like not being engaged to politics to hearing all this conversation to sewing pussy hats right after Trump was elected. Mm-hmm. And I know because of the conversations that she had around me, and also my wife, Melissa, had with her about all this stuff. The unfortunate part is you have to be patient about bringing white people along slowly, which is why we need other white people to help who are already woke. But we also have to be clear about the white people we can let go, because we can't take all you white people on as interns.
Right. You know, if I can be so bold as to say, is that there are certain narratives that are coming out right now that I just don't like. I don't like that it's even being thought that Black people don't want to educate a white person on how to treat us better. That's all we've all been trying to do. This whole time we've been trying to get you scream it, cry it, write it, voted. We've been trying to get you to hear us. So I don't have a problem. And anybody I know does not have a problem with a white person who wants to reach out and get help. So I don't like that narrative that it's irritating us, because it's not. Ask us. I'd rather you want to treat me better than bad.
Right. No, but I was wondering, Porsha, if there is something that does bug you about something that white people just consistently don't get or haven't gotten in the past.
Well, I think that, yes, there is some ignorance, and just continuing to say, I don't know, because there's a wealth of information out there. I mean, I'm sure if you can't ask a Black person, then there is some online. But, if you're speaking of people who really want to know, like, it doesn't bug me. I really don't have an issue with taking it upon myself. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I mean, I guess you can say that that's my job at this point, but it just doesn't bother me to help anybody get an understanding.
Kamau, what do you think will be the direct results of these ongoing protests in terms of both institutional changes as well as how people in the country are reacting to and addressing racial injustices moving forward?
I mean, it all depends what our stomach is, what the stomach is for the country for really profound structural change. Because while Porsha's talking about reform, the kind of reform she's talking about is about like basically completely overhauling how we do policing in America. And that means a lot of those cops, maybe most of those cops, get fired and we get new people in there. So I think the idea is that, because for me, a cop who's doing the dirt is bad, but the cop who's standing next to him is also complicit in that.
Absolutely.
And so these so-called good cops who don't feel like they can call out the bad cops, they need to be gone too. So I think, and we're also talking about, let's be clear, this is about schools. This is about mass incarceration. This is about the fact that Black neighborhoods don't have the same level of garbage pickup as white neighborhoods. It's about all across the board. So it's about, do we have the appetite for that is the question. And if we don't, then it won't happen. But I think if we don't have it in this moment, then this America experiment is about to be over. The time of America being a superpower or the policeman of the world or whatever the thing we like, the world's greatest country, that myth is about to end the same way it ended with Alexander the Great, the same way it ended with Rome, the same way it ended with the Soviet Union being a powerhouse. It's about to end, and we're going to look up one day and be like, "Oh, it's not us anymore."
Right.
That's what we're in danger of if we don't take the opportunity for change.
Yeah,